Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead. And Warren Buffett. You know, the legendary investor Warren Buffett. I was reading an article that is on a screen right there. Warren Buffett's top tips for beating inflation.
With a bat?
Top tips from a gazillionaire. And I started reading this and I wanted to share this with you. And then I want to see your reaction. So type down below your top tips for beating inflation and see if they coincide. And then we'll give you some of ours. Yeah. Okay? So she doesn't know.
I have no idea. I just walked in here.
Warren Buffett. Isn't he like, what do they call him? The Oracle from Nebraska or something like that? They call him something. He's got a title. But okay, this article is in Bankrate. And if you want to Google it, you can Google it. Warren Buffett's top tips for beating inflation. Written by Brian Baker. Okay, top number one tip. This is the big one. Invest in good businesses with low capital needs. So all you guys out there that are struggling to eat, invest in good businesses with low capital needs. Thanks, Warren. You rock. Number two. Look for companies that can raise prices during, oh my gosh, that's horrible.
That can raise prices during periods of higher inflation.
That can screw you more when you're already down.
How does this beat inflation?
Warren Buffett, you're losing respect.
The most important decision in evaluating a business is pricing power.
Yeah. So
you've got the power to raise prices without losing business to a competitor. You've got a very good business.
Even when things are really, really bad for the consumer, they can figure out ways to still hose
I'm seeing a pattern. Wait, don't go any further. I'm seeing a pattern already that this is only for investors, only for the elites.
Maybe, but there's more. There's more.
This is not for the common man.
No, it is. Invest in yourself and be the best at what you do. Okay. I can go there. Because then you can probably earn more.
Okay.
Take a look at tips. Treasury inflation protection securities. Except the problem is they're not keeping up with the crazy inflation.
No.
They're not worth as much.
No.
So Warren, I know I'm no Oracle from Nebraska or whatever it is that you are. But right now, holy mackerel, man, I'm thinking he has more money and thinks differently about life than we do.
I think so.
So, steer clear of traditional bonds. Here, this one's my favorite. You want to go ahead? Go ahead.
Limit your wants.
So, you know all that stuff that you would like to have, like gasoline? Nah. If you needed 10 gallons, make do with one.
Make do with one. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Golly. Bottom line says here, it's still too early to tell if the current spike in inflation is likely to last or if it will prove temporary.
Okay. Go ahead.
We were told by our illustrious leadership in the Oval Office that it was a blip on the radar last year.
So when was this article written?
Last year.
June 7th, 2021.
Not a blip on the radar.
Thinking it's not a blip on the radar. Almost a year later, 10 months. We're going on 10 months here.
Warren Buffett, it's his gang sign. So if you're out in investor circles and they need to know who you align with, what's up, kids? I'm a Buffetteer. The three Buffetteers. Okay, so enough of that nonsense. Now,
I'm kidding.
Inflation, not a blip on the radar.
No.
Matter of fact,
we're seeing it everywhere. Gas tanks or the gas pumps and grocery stores and everywhere.
But last night you were at the grocery store. She took a picture of the pasta aisle.
Here, I can show you.
I show you.
I show you.
Is it handy dandy?
It is handy dandy.
Look at that. This is Walmart, people.
It is.
No pasta.
Hopefully you can see that. It's not out of focus. But that's the pasta aisle. There's maybe 20 boxes.
that used to be
hundreds. Yeah.
And this is not just a today issue.
No.
It seems that it rolls. Like there's certain areas of the store that'll just all of a sudden be barren for months. And then it shifts. And then, but now we're seeing more pockets happening at once.
There's loads of candy though. There's definitely loads of candy.
That's funny.
With Easter on the way, the entire aisle is filled to the rafters with candy.
That's a lot of candy. All the way to the rafters?
Well, not to the rafters, but the whole shelf is full.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Now, this is just side note, and we'll get back to inflation. But type your solutions, because I bet your solutions are better than Warren Buffett's.
I bet.
But have you noticed how expensive candy is?
It's ridiculous.
Like a bag of chocolate this big is $10.
Yeah. The small bags,
peanut M&Ms.
Caleb asked for Robin's eggs.
Yeah.
When we went to the store last night.
Yep.
I said, sure, we'll get some Robin's eggs. $3
for a
tiny little bag of just
malt.
like this.
Malted.
I was like, we better make that last.
You get one a day, pal.
You get one.
One a day.
Yeah.
Then it'll still only last 6 months.
Yeah. Put it in a mason jar and vacuum seal it because you get one.
Oh, jeez.
No, but yeah, it was ridiculous how much candy was.
So, prices are going up. Your dollar is buying less stuff, and scarcity is rising. Now, we're not about fear.
No.
So, don't hear that. No. What we're trying to honestly do is, what are your suggestions to beat inflation? Because we only have a few that work for us.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll work for you. Now, the first one is bake your own bread.
Yep.
Make your own food.
Yep. We have lots of videos on how to make bread. Super, super easy.
It's a staple.
It is a staple. I mean, man can live on bread alone. Can't live. No, I'm being silly. No, but to make bread is very simple. So and you need very few ingredients.
Yes.
Water, flour, yeast, a little sweetener.
If you even want yeast.
If you even want yeast, you have to learn how to do sourdough.
Or pan breads.
Or pan breads, exactly. There's so many options on making your own breads. And, if you just have some basic ingredients,
it can taste better.
Oh, it does.
Than store-bought.
Oh, tons better.
And it's about less than a quarter of the price.
Yeah.
Less than a quarter of the price.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't, and you can go crazy with variety. Like, she makes this artisan bread that's so great with soups. It's like this big, and it's pennies. It literally costs 20 cents to make, and it's got that crusty outside. I'm going to start talking food stuff. But not just breads. Make other foods. It's not hard to make pasta. Not hard to make dumplings.
Right.
Not hard to make, there's so many things. Let's just say this. If it comes in a box, excuse me, and it sits on a shelf, you can probably make it because it's usually an ingredient and then like seasoned packets. Like a hamburger helper.
Hamburger helper, is one of the big ones. I mean, they charge you, $3.50 for the box of noodles?
It's noodles
sauce and a flavor, seasoned packet.
Yeah, it's not even,
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You can spend your money on your ground beef, but then you spend maybe $1 on a box of noodles, and then you make it from scratch, and it's just a few other seasonings, and you've got all in. You're less than that one box of hamburger helper.
Yep. Now, next big one.
Of course, with the cost of ground beef right now, then... Yeah.
Maybe
but you can always make it stretch.
Chicken helper.
You can use ground chicken. You can actually even cut the ground beef in half and add a vegetable or a salad or something on the side.
We do that.
Yeah.
And her hamburger helper knockoff recipe is so
really good.
It's one of those things that I could probably eat until I got sick.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's got a lot of flavor and it's really easy to make. So
a shameless plug, it is in the cookbook that
It is in the cookbook, and we also have a video on it.
Yeah. Anyway, back on track. Okay, garden. Even if you're in an apartment situation, they have tower gardens that have several buckets, and you could grow a lot of food on a balcony or even in a big window that you turn every day. Garden, I mean, think about it like this. Tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes, those little tiny little buckets of cherry tomatoes.
$3.50 if you buy the traditional. If you buy organic, $5.50 for a pint of tomatoes.
Okay,
it's insane.
Now let's go down this route. Let's say that you got a 5-gallon bucket and you grew a plant, a cherry tomato plant in
Just
there. One plant. So the bucket, you can probably find it for free or laying around. The soil, you can probably get it for free or lying around. Then the seeds, it's either you buy a packet for $1 or $1.50, or a lot of cities will have seed swaps / seed, they give them away. There was just one in Rhinelander, north of us.
Yeah.
And
I mean, even if you didn't want to start with seeds, because seeds, it takes a while for it to go, you can buy it already. Well, a lot of places now are starting with their plants. You can start with a plant.
You could.
Yeah.
So then it's like, $2.99 for a small plant, as opposed to $3.50 for one thing of tomatoes.
Yeah. And the beauty part of a cherry tomato plant is they're not ripe at all at once.
You pick them.
You keep picking them, and they keep going. You pull the suckers off, so it's growing more tomatoes, and you got tomatoes coming out of your ears.
Which that's
enough
weird.
to share with your neighbors.
And that brings me to...
Or you can make sauce with them.
Oh, yeah.
Get
if you're making sauce, San Marzanos.
Well, yeah, but those are bigger.
Yes.
We're talking cherry tomatoes.
It'll still grow in a bucket, baby.
They'll still grow in a bucket, yeah.
They'll still grow in a bucket. Okay, so make your own food. Grow your own food. Next thing up, barter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Find people. Look on Craigslist. Look on Facebook. There are barter groups for everything.
Well, there's also another website called Free Cycle.
Free Cycle is one.
You can get stuff for free.
Yeah. Look on Craigslist. There's a free section. And people are giving away desks. They give away all kinds of stuff. And even if it's not a desk that you need, but let's say that you need a piece of board this big, well, guess what? There it is.
Yeah, exactly.
One of our sons lives, both of them live in military base towns. And their Facebook groups, they get free clothing for their kids.
All the time.
Just like that. And bags of stuff.
Yeah, because these military folks, they get shipped off overseas. They got to get rid of stuff. They don't have time to sell it. Or they don't have a place to store it. It's got to go, yeah.
So look in the free sections on Facebook, look in the free sections on Craigslist, but then barter. There's sections for that too.
Yep.
Whether it's chicken, eggs, whether it's beef, we all have something that we can swap. Maybe you make soap, maybe you crochet things and you need X, Y, and Z. If you learn how to barter and you find even let's say you found 5 people around your area, and this one does this, and that one does that, and that one does that. And then that you can go to them and say, hey, I really need X.
Yeah.
What can I do for you?
Yeah.
That's huge. But also, not only the barter system there, but folks, if you have the ability to maybe set aside some precious metals, silver. Yep. Look at how the market works with silver, and I'm not giving you financial advice, so don't think that. No. I'm saying that we personally have a small amount of silver for trade, barter.
Yep.
And more people are willing to swap you out stuff now. So there are ways you can beat inflation, and to be truthful, there's even ways that you can do better.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I stopped and got gas in central Wisconsin, and the gas price was $3.51 or
Which
54
is
cents. I'm sorry.
way higher than it's been in a long time.
Oh my, yeah, no kidding. So ways to combat that is to kind of limit your trips.
Combine them.
Combine your trips. You know, I know there's a lot of folks who have
Ride share,
public transportation. I mean,
we can't.
It's not here. We have, I think, 2 taxis in town, but still the cost of a taxi is insane.
Well,
but
and
we
we're
don't
also
have
25 minutes from town.
Right. We don't have a bus system, a transit system. If you do, use that as much as possible. You know, save money on gas. Buy the pass to use the subway, or which I'm sure a lot of people in New York use the subway anyway. But try and
utilize those things.
Utilize those items that are in your cities, and limit your trips. You know, for us, we live 25 minutes from town, and so yeah, it costs us what, 2 gallons of gas, 1 gallon of gas to just get to town.
Yeah.
So it's $3.54 just to get to town,
and $3.50 to get back,
and then $3.50 to get back. $7 round trip.
You got to add that into the cost of your stuff you're buying.
Exactly. It's pretty pricey. So we don't make, just willy-nilly trips. We plan out our trips.
We do 4 or 5 things at once.
Yep.
We have to.
We don't go every day. We go maybe 2-3 times a week.
Which, that's actually really good because people are getting weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, your tips for beating inflation down below.
Subscribe.
That definitely helps. Definitely helps a lot.
Yep.
So there it is. I'm Brad.
I'm Krista.
You guys have an amazing and blessed day.